Tomorrow is Thursday. The Phillies haven't scored since Sunday. 19 innings. That's the longest drought by innings since 2022. Thank goodness that was a World Series year, Ricky Pitalico. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. The Phillies lose it 2-0. I beg to differ with our friend Ruben, who said, you know what, the backbreaker was the Caratini home run. No, the backbreaker was a Trey Turner error. Let's just call it what it was.
You know what? This is
first inning.
That's a good point, because this is getting rather sickening that MLB is a disgrace in that aspect, because Trey Turner had a ball go to his left where all he had to do was bend over, put his glove on the ground, pick it up, and throw to first base, and there was probably no run in that first inning. That's the bottom line. Instead, they give it a base hit. It's just sad. It's sad what they do to people. You make an error, that's human. It's okay to have those on your resume. But
he's just about at 300 again, 299. His errors in the field have cost them wins. They can be directly attributed to losses.
Here's the problem. They don't give errors in Major League Baseball. So you don't have that proof in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what
they do is they pretend that everybody's a great fielder. And I mean, you know what? It's all about using your eyes. You use your eyes, you see that play should have been made tonight. There's been plenty of those around Major League Baseball. There's been plenty within the Phillies organization this year that should have been made. That is a play that, number one of two things has to happen. He's either got to knock that ball down and keep it on the infield, or you just make the play at first base.
And then they're out of it, and no run scores, and then who knows about Caratini later in the game. The bottom line, though, is they have failed to score runs over the past parts of 3 games, 2 games plus.
I mean, sometimes guys go up there with that. It's not like a habit thing. It's just an over-anxious thing. I think Nick all night long was a little bit over-anxious.
Yeah, and when one thing goes wrong, the next thing goes right, and we don't know which way it's going to go game to game, but 6 through 9, Ricky Bo,
yep.
4 for 14. It's not phenomenal, but it's a 286 average. You're batting 4 for 14.
Yeah,
that's what 6 through 9 did tonight.
You got something done. I mean, if you look at it that way, I mean, Marsh is the guy that got that hit to get things going in that inning, and then the middle of the lineup is what didn't come through with runners in scoring position. You look at the last 2 games. Now they're 1 for 12. He's trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Can't do that on every swing. Got to barrel the baseball.
Is it a matter of a lack of plate discipline?
Yeah, this game? Yeah, I would say
definitely. Well, in general,
when
they've now lost 3 out of 4. So all of a sudden, that win streak they had going, 3 out of the last 4 have been lost.
Right, but you can't say that, because you look at the Mets series, they scored runs in that Mets series. They attacked the baseball, they were aggressive. You get on, it seems like they get on the road and all of a sudden their swings start getting a little wild. And what I mean by wild is that, I mean, they're not easy swings. They're going for fences. They're trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And sometimes all you got to do is think about hitting the ball right back up at the pitcher and use gap to gap. I'm not seeing gap to gap at all right now.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. We come back. We'll hear from Rob Thompson on tonight's loss. The Phillies will try to avoid being swept for the 4th time this season.
The other thing is that sweeper really kind of came into play in the middle innings. I think he figured, okay, I'm going to get to a point where I get 2 strikes. Now I'm going to start dropping some sweepers on people. And he made them look foolish. He got them off balance. He changed their eye levels. And it really worked. And that 1 earned run is a bunch of garbage. It's garbage. It should be a big 0 right there. Don't let anybody kid you. It should be 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, because that ball in the first inning and that run in the first inning should not have even been on his list.
From what you've seen of starting pitchers, when that happens, when they pitch their butts off and they don't get a win and they see an error akin to what Trey Turner did tonight, does that really eat them up?
No.
If their performance is otherwise great?
I think probably Zack Wheeler might get a little upset at the moment, but no. I mean, thing is, you're not going to get that mad at a teammate of yours, okay? What you're going to do is you'll probably go home and you say something to your wife. I mean, that's what you end up doing. Yeah. And you try to keep it within your own house, and then take a deep breath, and you come back the next day and everything's a little bit different.
Okay.
You know, it's 1 run. Phillies didn't score any, so it doesn't matter. In the long run, they still would have lost the game.
Mets won tonight, but they are still a half game back of your fighting Phils. Phillies at 47-33, on pace for 95 wins. Coincidentally, last season's total. they're going to do better than that. Just might take a little while. Toyota, electrifying moment.
And I think that catches up to you. At some given time, you're going to look back and be like, where's my fastball? Why am I leaving pitches out over the middle of the plate? And I think that has a lot to do with getting a little bit tired or just your workload and it could be a workload from a year ago that may be catching up to him right now. And I think that's where we stand with a guy like Matt Strahm. Do I think he's going to have his ups and downs? Yes. Do I think he could figure things out? Yes. But it's going to be like this the whole season. We're going to have question marks until the Phillies go out and get some more late relievers. This is going to be an issue.
And that's coming up on a month away, so we got to, unless they do
he's
something ahead of
let's
the
face it,
deadline.
he's one of the guys you count on right now. He's
Yeah,
one of the guys, Kirkering is, and the 50-50 Romano has been.
All right, let's hear from Rob Thompson on tonight's loss. Here he is in Houston.
Playing the eighth, Schwarber's grounded at first. Is Marsh, is that a contact play? Would you like to see him force him to make a throw?
It's not a contact play. The way we talk about it is if you think that they can turn double play there, then you go to the plate. If you don't, then you're kind of in a read situation. So he did the right thing because I don't think they could have turned double play. I don't think he thought the ball was that high that he had to leave his feet. So he stayed right there, and we were fortunate. But Schwarber gets to first base, but we just didn't do anything after that.
Bigger picture, it's the fifth time in the last 20 games you guys have given up 2 runs if you're lost.
Yeah.
But in between that, you put up a lot of runs.
Yeah.
Is the inconsistency of the offense something you're worried about going forward, or something you think will even itself out?
I think it'll even itself out. I really do. Baseball's a funny game. Weird things happen, but we got to just settle down and believe in yourselves. Don't try to do too much.
Those first couple innings from Wheeler, a little uncharacteristic. What do you think he was going through there?
I think he was having trouble finding the command of his slider, and so there were a lot of deep counts, a lot of foul balls, but then he found it, and then he was superb after that.
Bryce has only played 3 games since like late May. Do you think you're maybe starting? Not that one guy changes everything. You think maybe you guys are feeling the loss of not having that guy in the middle of this lineup right now?
Oh, it hurts not having Bryce, but you gotta overcome it, and we've done that. So I think we're just going through a little spell here, and we'll come out of it.
Given how many pitches you used early in the game, I know you probably expect more than 6, but were you pleased to get through those 6?
Those last 2 starts kind of been frustrating just because of that reason. I like to go 7 at least, but that's not my call, so I can't really do much about it. Obviously, I can pitch a little better early on with pitch count wise, but
was there a particular pitch or the part of the plate that you were struggling to find those first couple innings?
No. I mean, arm felt great. I think I was just maybe overthrowing this a little bit. There's some small misses, a couple of big misses, but I was basically around the zone. So it's just one of those nights where just trying to figure it out as you go. Not quite as bad as last time, but it's a little better.
Just from a team perspective, 1-0 last night, 2-0 tonight. I mean, losses are losses, but those ones a little more frustrating, harder to take.
Yeah, I mean, any loss is difficult to take. They're a good team. They're right there with us, so just get the better of us the past 2 nights, but I'm sure we'll come ready tomorrow.
Ricky Bo going to be tough to avoid the sweep tomorrow. Hunter Brown has the best ERA in baseball, 1.88, and as good as Christopher Sanchez is, it's going to be difficult for the Phillies to overcome. What do you think?
Yeah, this guy doesn't stink. I mean, he's got numbers that are ridiculous.